How you doing?
Hey, I'm doing great. I'm a little bit fried in my brain doing about 8 interviews already. So you are
Are
my
you?
last.
That's all right. That's okay. Let me check everything is recorded. That's good. We've actually met 4 years ago in a video interview on Manifest. You can't remember
Yes.
me, but I had my cat and you were singing your song. You were doing like high falsetto as well, you know. That was like 4 years ago. So a long time ago. You would have done like 1,000 interviews by then, so that's okay.
Yeah, okay, but yes, I do know that's the last time I did interviews with Australia was before the release of the Manifest album. So it
Yeah,
makes
makes sense.
I can't remember I did a falsetto or yeah, but
Yeah, but you were so I can hear, was it?
did you change your background since the last time we talked?
No, my background has always been white. You had the spaceship background, remember? You had like a spaceship background,
Yes, yes. So it's probably somewhere on YouTube still.
Yeah, yeah. It is one of the I think like 2,000 views, which is pretty good, for me anyway. So
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate this. Um, yeah. What's if you're coming to Australia? What's if you can let us know the Australian fans, what's unique about your band is that it has many genres, the style of music. There's metal, there's rock, there's techno, there's dance. It's very unique, isn't it, for a metal band?
Yes. It is unique. I think we threw in everything we like into the music once we started the band. But I mean, before we started the band, we were only writing songs together as friends, having the same goals and dreams. And I mean, I loved, for example, Destiny's Childs when I was a teenager. They were huge here in Sweden, and I love ABBA. And that's like the thing I was mostly an expert of. I also grew up listening metal, of course, because my brother had a growl. He was a growler doing the death metal, um, doom metal. Ah, doom metal. So it was. I heard everything. I think like that's one thing which inspired me to think that it's possible to bring in a lot of different elements into metal. Because to me, what I've heard since growing up, like Kiss, for example, is much more poppy than Iron Maiden. And then you hear the Gothenburg sound, and I love that, obviously. And then you hear the doom metal, and it's like everything is so theatrical. And then you hear Nightwish, or you know, which has like classical music.
Yeah.
So I realized that this is obviously very common in metal, that you blend in other elements. But I only heard the little bit of the pop influence in, for example, In Flames and stuff, bands like that, but not so much with the female vocalist. So that's, I guess, what I really wanted to try out, and I tried it out, and it turned out to be pretty cool. So
And
we
yeah,
stayed ever since. And it was also because Olaf, of course, loved also the same kind of music I did. So it was very fun to be able to bring in everything we love and Eurodisco, you know.
yeah. So there is no one genre then. That's good to know.
Yeah,
What's
the main genre is metal,
yeah,
but then we blended in elements of lots. So people have a hard time putting one name on our genre, for
yeah.
sure. Yeah. Yeah.
What's yeah, sorry. Yeah.
But I'm picking people up.
The other thing that's really unique about Amaranth is that there are three lead singers, two clean vocals and one not so clean. It's like Dolly Parton and Kenny Rogers, except that it's more wow, So does it give a more cohesive storyline propagation? Are you able to tell your story, in a more cohesive manner because there are three lead singers?
You mean
Yeah, so
that?
yeah, I mean the storyline of your lyrics could be complicated, and is it easier to explain the storyline through three lead singers, perhaps?
Yes. Okay, yes. The answer is 100% yes. uh it gives you so much more, you know. Yeah, you can work when you have three colors in the palette instead
Yeah.
of one. It gives you much more opportunity to start a song and write lyrics about basically anything. and it can be represented by a voice that's not, for example, my own voice. Maybe I couldn't sing like something which I know that the male singers could do, or the growls and so on. So it gives, it's one of the most fun projects to work, write music for, is Amaranth.
Has it always been three lead singers? I mean, was it like a deliberate attempt to have three lead singers, or was it by accident that one of you guys could, hey, he could sing as well, you know? So let's put him as a lead singer.
I will tell you, this is funny. I just talked about it actually. And the thing is that we were friends hanging out in Gothenburg, and everybody was like an expert in their own way. I remember that I sang the parts I wrote, and it means it's my voice and I'm a female, and then the other guys put in the stuff they did, and Andy was actually just invited to like kind of complete a song, which we didn't know really what to do with yet. The plan was to make it into some kind of project that could have been anybody, not just me, or like it was very much like only the songs itself.
Yep.
It was only like 2 or 3 songs in the beginning. But the thing is that when we put it out on MySpace, so for the people who remembers MySpace, it was the song and a photo of me and Olaf and Jake. And that was the beginning of Amaranth. And it was our songwriting. And then we got a record deal. And then we decided to start a band.
Amazing, isn't it? I would imagine like the...
And then we decided to keep the 3 vocalists, because that's how we got signed. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's amazing, isn't it?
But anyways, not really.
I would imagine like the live performance would be so surreal. You know, you have 3 lead singers. It's something special, isn't it? The live performance, instead of just having 1 or 2, you know?
I think so too, yeah. I mean, I haven't seen ourselves from the outside, but I guess that there is someone or something to look at all the time. Not just one front person. Like, you can look, everybody's expressing different things at different times, and I think it's not so boring to watch Amaranth live. That's what I think.
I think it's pretty awesome too. Last time I asked you how high you could reach vocally. Is it E flat minor or something? And then you went singing, you know, demonstration. Have you asked like a music teacher how high your vocal range is since then? Because you're saying that you were not a technical nerd, so you wouldn't know. So vocally, like, are you like an E flat minor, or, you know?
It's funny that I remember this now.
Sorry?
And I still don't, but I heard something about, I've seen some reaction video on YouTube. Somebody sent it to me.
Yeah.
Saying like, hey, look at this. It was something like 3G or something. 3G.
That's crazy. I don't even know what that means, you know. There is...
But I didn't even warm up now, so I'm not sure. But there was something extreme, like 4 octaves or 8 or 3 or something G, I remember.
Yeah,
but
maybe
I will figure it out for 100% sure. My sister is a vocal coach, and she's a ranger, so she could tell me as well, or someone on the line on internet. Because obviously, like you said, you didn't say it, but what you mean obviously is that where is my range and what is it? But it doesn't necessarily mean I use the full potential of my range in the songs I write. So this is interesting. I need to figure it out, and I will let you know.
Yeah. The latest album, The Catalyst, was released in February. It's like it's very eclectic, very different styles. You've got The Catalyst, the track album title, The Catalyst, which is like a symphony dance techno rock, you know. It feels like I could dance in a nightclub. And then you have Stay a Little While, which is a very heart-wrenching song. So the album has something for everyone, isn't it? Like a love song for, you know, like a typical Adele song, and then you've got like a really, you know.
Yeah, one thing we try to think about when we write an album, is to get all kinds of emotions in there. And it seems that one ballad has been, always there, but the ballads can of course sound very different. So this one is more towards the old kind of rock ballad, and then we need to have an angry song. We need to have so we either, depending on what's in the atmosphere, we decide if it should be a happy love song or a sad love song. And then the very hard, and then the something in between. So it seems like, for me, I can see a pattern, that we have kept ever since the very beginning, that there is like a need to fill every emotional box when we write an album for Amaranth.
Yeah, it's beautiful. The video for the Catalyst too, it's very surreal. It's got a very futuristic sort of outlook. Are you involved in the artistic side of the making of the video? I mean, apart from acting, obviously, but do you direct, do you write the script of the video as well?
Actually, yes. It's always been the band itself doing that ever since the beginning as well. Kind of letting the song decide, or even sometimes it's that we have a wish to do something or to bring in something unique into the video, and we do that. So we always ask for something. I think the only video that was not scripted by the band itself is actually the Nexus, because it was the Patrick Oleus had an idea about that based on the location and the team of people he brought in. So that's like but besides that, it has always been that we decide ourselves. So for example, the Catalyst, I gave an instruction which was kind of easy and clear. I talked about it before, but the Digital World video was, to me, obviously it should be like that. And it also depends on how much time the band have and energy, and if we want to travel to Iceland or if we want to stay in Gothenburg, But I said, at least as an instruction for Patrick, that can we make it the Catalyst in the same vibe as Digital World music video, because it was kind of a long time ago we did a video like that. So he did it again, but with an updated version. And it's funny because they kind of is connected in a way also lyrically, like the Digital World, and then now we are living in the digital world, but path we wrote about what it would be like in the future. So
I remember that.
There is all kind of interesting things happening in the world, which gives us a reason to write about it. Like with the Manifest album that we did, obviously was very affected by the whole pandemic and the things happening back then. Writing viral and making a video based on that. And that was you can decide if you would be in our band, we would talk to you. I would ask, like, what do you feel like? Do you want to like have a story like based on the lyrics that we just basically create what we're singing about, or should it be like a little bit more abstractive, or like, should we go to Poland and be vampires? Yay, let's do that.
That's more fun, I think. That's more fun.
Yeah, so we need to like kind of talk through it with the band and sense where everybody's at and what you feel like doing. And so it's always the band itself is the creative force, and then it's nice, of course, if you want to. I know some bands hire somebody to write scripts for them, so they don't need to do it themselves, because it's also time consuming. But we have always done it ourselves because we love it so much and we think it's fun, and it feels more valuable when it's something you decide yourself than just something you're forced to do based on what someone else. I mean, everybody's different. I'm always thinking in the future when we have kids and stuff, hopefully, maybe you want to give the work to somebody else to kind of take care of it.
Well, yeah. The band's coming to Australia for the first time Well, this month, really? This month, yes. You're coming to Perth on the 28th of August. I'm from Perth, by the way.
Okay.
Yeah. So, um, it's you must be really excited. Have you been to Australia just for holidays at least, or?
I mean, who wouldn't be super excited about coming to Australia?
Mhm.
Give me your. I can't think about when I was this excited. Well, it was probably like 15 years ago or something, or 17 years ago when I started to tour for the first time because everything was new. And ever since, it hasn't really been anything like we haven't seen before until now. So the band is extremely excited. And besides Niels being there already once, nobody else has been there.
Oh, wow.
And so I don't even know what to expect. I mean, I'm always curious about like how it smells and how the vibe is. You know, things that you can't see when you watch. I Googled Australia many times, obviously, checking out videos like on what to do on YouTube. But unfortunately, we have shows every day, so it's not going to be so much time for sightseeing. But we will come 2 days earlier to New Zealand just to be able to adjust to the new time zone. And then I was thinking about staying maybe a week or so extra afterwards, so I can go and see the Opera House in Sydney and like some park there, which is nice. Maybe go on a road trip, and I don't even know, but I want to really try to stay a little bit longer and take the opportunity because it's not every day you fly. It's 24 hours, you know, to the other side of the world. So,
Well, if you have time, I'm happy to take you and the band members out, so in Perth anyway.
ooh, that would be nice.
Yes. So will this be, I mean, this being your first time in Australia, the band's first time in Australia, will this be like the greatest hits tour, probably?
Oh, yeah, very good question. We have absolutely planned to play at least one or two songs from each album. And then, yeah, like always, it's going to be the previous album, like maybe 4 tracks or something. But yeah, we're gonna try to make it like a greatest hits-ish kind of tour. The backdrop is gonna be the Catalyst one because
Yeah.
I mean, it would be fun if we could change the backdrop from each era just because we never been to Australia. But unfortunately, we can only fit one, and it's going to be one big suitcase that probably I'm bringing. Yeah, but everything else is going to be lots of focus on trying to squeeze in at least 1 or 2 tracks from each album.
Yeah, that's
And
true. Sorry, what was it?
yeah, and of course the singles, like you said, the greatest hits, like the most popular ones.
Yes.
But I don't know. Sometimes a song which was not a single becomes very popular. Do you have a personal favorite?
I like Their Archangel is good.
We're playing that one.
Yeah, of course. And then there is one more, which is called the Drop Dead Cynical.
Oh,
Cynical,
it's
yeah.
going to.
That
Okay,
also?
cool. Yes, I did a few in the previous interviews. I heard the request of 2 songs that was not on the set list yet. So I already wrote to Olaf saying, "Hello, we need to put in this song and play it in Australia." So
Or you could do like your friend Floor Jansen who plays Phantom of the Opera. Now you could do Phantom of the Opera too, I reckon.
yes, that's true.
Yeah. Hey, so thank you so much for joining in. Can I get a plug from you? Like, can you say, hi, I'm Elize Ryd from Amaranthe, and you're listening to Sheldon Ang Media. Is it okay?
Of course.
So Sheldon Ang Media is me. So
Sheldon Ang Media.
Sheldon Ang Media.
Yes. Buckling up. Hi guys, this is Elize Ryd from Amaranthe, and you are listening to Sheldon Ang Media.
Thank you so much. I will be photographing in Perth. You'll be playing in Metropolis Fremantle. I'll be photographing you. So I'm so excited for this concert because based on your vocals of you, Niels, and Mikael, and the video production, and you such a creative person, I think this is going to be one of the most anticipated show in Perth for a long time. So thank you so much for this. Really appreciate you, Elise.
I'm so glad to talk to you again, and I can't wait to see you in real life.
Yeah, I will. If you need me to come to the stage and take a picture of you guys with the background, doing all this,
Yeah.
I've done it
Yes.
many times. So you ask us John Horath, where his name is, and he will set that up. Okay, so
Awesome. I will make a mental note on that.
thank you so much. See you, Elize.
See you soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
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 Ting.